from Victor Wembanyama in his first ever closeout opportunity. So here's how the Spurs finished off Portland. Remember Keldon Johnson? He receives his Sixth Man of the Year trophy. And then the Spurs got to work. They wasted no time in this game. They remember getting down big in the last two. Didn't want that to happen this time around. Victor Wembanyama.
Like that.
Hold on. The action started with him coming off a wide pin. That's what it started at 7'5", 7'6".
Nice little jumper there.
Right now he going downhill off a 1-4 pick and roll.
Wemby with the three.
Followed his shot. You see that, kid?
And look, David Robinson can't believe what he's seeing. That's David Robinson. Little fake spin.
Perk, where we going, man?
They tried to tackle him.
What
You just watch this
man?
and say, you know what? I retired at a good time. Like, this was it. De'Aaron Fox.
Head Z.
I tell y'all about him, man.
Frozen.
I see he wearing that photo.
Under 4 minutes to play here. The Blazers down big. Denny Avdia drives. Wemby is there.
He did that.
Hey, go get that out the seats, man.
Spiking it into the stands.
Felix.
Spurs get the win. And Shaq had some thoughts on the big man last night.
I said this to you and the guy. I think Wemby is the first perfect big man that's ever created. Can shoot, free throws, play defense, play offense. He's a great team player. I'm happy for the Spurs. I'm happy for Wendy.
Did you say Wemby or Wendy?
He's not happy for me.
I'm happy for you, Wendy. And Wendy, how do you think that Wemby and the Spurs, did they prove something to you? Did they show something that you didn't know?
This was such a professional performance throughout this entire series. They had some adversity when they lost Wemby in Game 2. They went up to the Portland. They were down at half in both games, held their composure, came back and won. First closeout opportunity, took care of business right out of the gate. Then when Portland came back at them in the second half, they pushed it down like they'd done it 100 times before. LeBron James is going for his 17th first-round series win tonight, okay? 17. This is Victor's first. How many is he going to get?
Right.
It's going to be more than one.
Well, I said that the San Antonio Spurs are going to win the NBA championship this year. Not next year, this year. And you know what happened? Is that the only knock on them was their lack.
Why did you that help you?
It got me motivated. It was the only knock on them was their lack of experience. And what we saw in this series was these young pups grow into grown-ass men. The adversity in Game 3, Dylan Harper with 27 off the bench, crucial buckets in the fourth quarter on the road, and then Game 4 down double digits. And then you come home and you say, what? You know what? We're going to finish our food. And so you look at this roster, top to bottom. Yes, they have Vassell, Stephon Castle, Wemby, all these young guys. But then De'Aaron Fox, all of a sudden, the forgotten gem, comes alive and takes over when need be. And it's not forced. So when you look at this squad, you like, how can you not see that this is the only legit team that could dethrone the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I believe that they will. And you know how I feel about OKC, Malika. My jacket's still hanging up in the back. I ain't wore it
for a while.
Yet.
Yeah, on Wednesdays he was wearing the OKC jacket.
I ain't dry cleaned it or nothing. It's still
that's
it
your
smells like cologne though, but it's good.
Well, I really do think that they are the only team that's made up to move OKC out the way. I get that.
Yeah.
But to say that they could just move OKC out the way is insane to me.
Why?
Because it's not even about – because for me, it's the matchup that's bad. It's not about the experience. I think experience is going to come in at the end of the game when you got to deal with SGA. But I'm talking about 1 through 10 for how they play. They cancel out with the Spurs.
What's something? Let me ask you this.
There you go.
They did dominate OKC in the regular
season is all well and good. It's a whole lot of basketball hey, Detroit was great the regular season. And Orlando was terrible.
Yeah, but Detroit ain't got him. And see, when you have an all-time great in Shaquille O'Neal that give Wemby that type of praise, because we all know Shaq worse than me when it comes to hating on people. He's a real hater. When you have an all-time great like this, you can't put nothing past him. And what's the one thing that OKC has laid the foundation for, or the blueprint, should I say? Having two-way players, big guards. What do San Antonio have?
Without a doubt. That's why I say it cancels out. The only question that comes in is Wemby and Chet. So I get what you're saying.
don't even
But
think
at the
that's-
end of the
I think
game,
that's a
I say
gap.
it
Nah.
is. But at the
have
end of
a
the
lot of
game, you
time.
got to outscore SGA. That's all I'm saying.
But I like
It's
this
still to
title.
do
These
with
two
the
are
Braves.
already in the conference finals. We've skipped an entire round in between. Let's
Feet
go
on
from
wood.
one Texas team friend to the other series out east. That's where the Knicks, they were in New York. It
Hope
was
is
Once a Nick,
restored.
always a Nick.
Hope
state of
is
mind.
restored.
A lot of celebrities.
Where were you, Sean?
Tina Fey,
where was I?
Chalamet.
Trump saying
5 minutes
call
left
me
in the
in 2
first. Carl Anthony Towns, you were calling for a big game from him, Shub.
There you go, man. Big fella getting involved. I just love that he's in so much playmaking action.
Josh Hart drives to the basket, can't get it done. Fell hard on his back after the foul here. Really took a tough hit. This was giving him some issues earlier in the season, too, so something just to keep an eye on there. 9 minutes left in the second. Towns
I'm bigger than y'all.
spinning around
I'm so
Jalen
much
Johnson.
bigger.
And they kind of feeling themselves a little.
Yeah, you know, Cat didn't put up huge scoring numbers, but the ball was, look at
Love
that.
that late pass.
The ball was in his hands in this game, Malika.
Nice
This needs
two-man
to
action
continue.
there.
Blast action.
And
Love
this
it.
stood out to you here, Shub.
Yeah, because every time you do that blast action, people are now getting ready to prep for it. That's where Brunson gets you into that hesitation and can blow by. You're so worried about that blast action. 2 cutters, late pass.
Brunson with the Euro. He had 22 paint points. It's tied for his second most in a game in
Right
his
hand.
playoff career. A minute later, Brunson pulls up,
This what
Shoots
happens,
three.
though, man.
Left hand.
You can't
Knocks
put
it down.
plastic over the Brunson.
He had
burner.
39
Like a
points in
certain
this one.
individual over there.
Friends, let's
Put
take a look at the
plastic
Carl Anthony
over the
Towns.
flame.
Confidence is built in the work. So I think for us, we just understand what the situation is. The toughest game to win is the one that ends someone's season. So we got to be super disciplined. We got to execute at the highest level that we have in this series, and we got to be ready for a really tough game.
So, Shump, you know exactly what he's talking about, that the hardest game to close out is the one where you're looking to advance, and you know specifically what that's like for New York.
Yeah, it's one of them things, especially with New York, you inherit the history. Like I was a 21-year-old kid.
I see the Boston
coming in,
next to you is
and
already.
you inherit.
I just love
You inherit all the years that it didn't happen for New York, and when you get in those closeout games, I
that
think
Boston ended it.
that starts being real. I mean, my Boston series in the playoffs with New York. We came out successful.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there, Sean, but you my dog. But look, I'm looking at a happy Carl Anthony Towns. We just saw his emotions. We
Yeah.
know he's an emotional individual, love to feel love, right? So when you think about what they're running, look at their sets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of FGAs last night, but the offense is running
Involved.
through him. Is that the delay action, the old delay
Yeah.
action? What is this, Sean?
It's either the delay or it's going into that flex action. It's just Brunson never used it because the pass was available. You were seeing it over and over. It looks like a 21 action. They get this little cut right here. They can either have 2 cutters. They can do a flex cut with a pop back. They can later on hit a late pass and go to a side ball screen. Everything that they do, it's like having a quarterback option if you playing in college. You just got all type of options.
And they tried using Dyson Daniels on Cat a little bit more in this game. It didn't
Not gonna
really work. So when you're looking at adjustments as we look towards Game 6, what are you keeping an eye on, Brian?
Yeah, well, it's possible that the Hawks could just go to full guard play, and they could just
You think
put
Buddy
guards
Hield
on the.
we could
Well,
see
Buddy Hield
sometime?
came in the game and hit a couple of threes.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. They could just go straight guard play super small. From the Knicks, even though Towns only had 7 shots in this game,
Yeah.
you look at Brunson with 23, Towns with 7. You'd like that to be a little bit more balanced. Towns had the ball in his hands. They were running action through Towns. This is actually the most he's had the ball in his hands in a playoff game in his career. You know what was second? The game before, Game 4. They're leaning into point center. This is the way forward. Let Cat be more involved, especially against the Hawks. They don't have bigs.
But it also allows you to still see Brunson. I think that the scary part for the Knicks was we want to use Cat more, but we don't want to use Brunson less. I think with Cat having the ball in that position, when he gets actions like that, you still get a second and third look. So Brunson has a chance as long as he cuts hard, they set good screens, he has a chance to get back open. So you love to see that.
I think we all agree Towns is the most important player to their success. Jalen Brunson is the best player. The X factor in this series has been Josh Hart. He locked up Jalen Johnson in game 1 and 2. all of a sudden C.J. McCollum got to cooking. He got that assignment, and he put him in the straitjacket last night. So although we thought that should have been a Mikal Bridges who was the having those defensive assignments, or OG Anunoby, Josh Hart actually has been the heart and soul of this team. He has been the heart and soul of this team and the X factor for the Knicks in this series.
The X factor, the Axe factor, the
Well, no,
Jax
he the
factor.
factor. The it factor, something.